The question was asked to use what was the best Belfast episodes. Sons of Anarchy, season 3. We did get 4 in a row in that season, and of course, we're going to go through the options first. So, episode 8, season 3, Sam Crow arrive in Belfast, epic intro, welcome to Ireland. And then, you've got Sam Crow getting used to their territory. Not a lot of love for shown for episode 9. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Jimmy comes to Belfast, Donnie gets killed. You've got the barn explode. Gotta murder a shite. Absolutely epic for O'Neill. You get the whole stuff with Tara getting kidnapped, I guess. Episode 10, Sam Crow kill O'Neill and McGee, and Jax finally gets Abel back. But we did put the question. There was 1.2k votes, 16 likes on the poll as well. I can't show enough gratitude to you guys. We love the engagement here on this channel. We love talking about Sons, Mayans, whatever. Sopranos, Walking Dead. This channel is for you. But we have to kick off in last place, and it was episode 9. You guys put it. For me, I think the worst episode was actually 11. I think the last episode was the worst. Because it didn't really have a lot of action in it. It was more or less just Jax getting Abel back, and that's pretty much it. And I mean, not a real big issue, but I just feel like the other 3 had a lot more in it. And also, I guess the other Casey brother, Sean Casey, got killed, and it wasn't. Who am I talking about? Donnie? Or it was Michael Casey got killed. No, Donnie. Donnie doesn't die to episode 12, I believe, or the finale. I think it might be the finale actually. But yeah, so episode 9 coming in only 4%. Man, that's a really low percentage. It really is. I mean, that's about 50 people voted for that. Quite low. No, not an awful lot of love here for episode 9. Coming in though, in third place, we have got Sam Crow arrive in Belfast. For me, it is a pretty iconic shot of the Northern Irish countryside, no the Irish, because there's a big fucking difference. You need people need to realise. Obviously, some people might not care. That's fair enough. But here, there's a big difference, which I like the fact the show touched on. But anyway, yeah. Then you've got the PSNI. We know you live, Charles. Hep, kill one of his men. I'm telling you, we are paid to detain you. We are paid to detain you, boys. Dirty, loyalist, bastard. So much going on. You've also Ted Cozy interacting, which I thought was really good. But 17% of the vote, you guys put it in third place. Coming in second place, we've got the episode I personally think is the worst of the Belfast arc. We have got Jax finally getting Abel back with 30% of the vote. So a decent amount. That's 360 of you have voted for that one. And then in first place, we've got Sam Crow kill O'Neill, and of course to kill McGee. It's an action-packed one. They're hunting for the rat. They get O'Neill. There's a torture scene which I really enjoyed. The whole shootout's really good as well. It's epic stuff. Then you've got a lot of friends, Jimmy, McGee. Gunfire. Jimmy and Donnie escape. The IRA members get killed. Jax chases after them. Clay chases after McGee, pushes them off. Big Harlington Wolf in the background. We nod to Titanic because that's where the Titanic was built, Belfast. And then I'll admit, I think the first half of the episode is on epic proportions, and also I'm not saying the second half's bad, but it does die down a wee bit, the action wise. But you also do have Piney, Tig, and Kozik going to Alvarez this episode, which I thought was really funny as well. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that episode, and I've got no real issues with people thinking that's the best. For me, the best one it's between 9 and 10, but it is quite mental that a lot of people would actually disagree, or not disagree, but barely anyone would vote for 9. Maybe it's because I've just put gun run, doesn't sound that interesting. Maybe if I put big massive barn explosion, people would have voted for it, who knows. But let's dive into your comments. Martin Vasquez 4111 says, SOA lives. Keep up the good work, Fog. And more polls, please. The polls will never stop. The pulls, he says pulls, but it's polls. It'll never stop here. We will talk about Sons of Anarchy till my last fucking breath. That's a fact. Saddle Up and Down says, this arc was insane. Absolutely. Paige Nelson said, Episode 9, not getting love. I loved the barn explosion. Absolutely. Even O'Neill's dialed. Gotta murder a shite. Where the hell were you? Murdering a shite. Your boys were watching. And then even Chibs, the reaction to him seeing his nephew die. You bastards are dead. You bastards are dead. Again, really good stuff in that episode. Nut Bigger says, I really like the scene where Jax finds Abel with his adopted parents, who are very normal, happy, and peaceful. So Jax can't bring himself to take Abel back because of the doubt he feels after all the bad things he's done. It's a really well filmed scene, and I like how there's no sound under the music. It didn't need sound because Charlie Hunnam said everything Jax was feeling with just the look on his face. The island story was a bunch of shit, though. Whoa! He's kind of got the opposite opinion of me, brother. But I'm not. That's not me necessarily saying that. I actually just feel like the other episodes were better, to be perfectly honest. But I thoroughly enjoyed the Jack scenes, and I agree with that to the degree. But I don't think the rest of the story was shit. I think it depends. Like, obviously, right, being from the UK, actually living here in Belfast, doing the whole Chibs gimmick from Scotland, from Glasgow to here. I was born in the same hospital as Tommy Flanagan. Does it get any better than that, guys? I don't think it does. Probably does, maybe. But, I think just if you're from the UK, you can relate to it a lot more. I'm not saying like people in America don't know what the IRA is, because a lot of people will. But for me, it was so cool seeing them where we've all been here in the UK. So for me, that's why probably we hold it a bit more fond. Bridget Connor says, hang on, I've got a murder a shite without toilet paper. Any single scene with Liam O'Neill was better than any full episode of the Mayans MC Season 5. I agree with that. In fact, could argue that the Ireland episodes alone were better than the entire Mayan series. Yep. Like, Liam's torture was pretty wicked, but I never quite understood why it was so important to have Sean Casey do the torturing instead of any Sam crew member, considering Liam was a Pact member and Sean wasn't. But I guess it was an interesting wrinkle to the plot overall when the torture becomes a torture, even if Sean didn't last all that long. I think it's because they needed to record a confession, and because Sean Casey is like he's known for that, and he's the one recording the confession, and it's being sent to the IRA. He's an IRA member. He's the right hand essentially of Fowler Ashby, Kellen Ashby. I believe it just made sense for him to do it, and also Liam O'Neill did have a hand in his brother's death. So yeah, but I can understand, like, personally, yeah, Sam Crow but it was kind of like a joint torture, wasn't it? Like, Clay get in there, it's like, who else? Start twisting his loose skin. Don't even think about it, but yeah. Liam O'Neill scenes, man, even Son of an Orangeman, all that shite, brilliant. Peanut says, the episode where they kill and torture that long-haired dude, I didn't like him one bit, or McGee. I also liked when they got Abel back. Belfast was okay, not the best or worst thing about the show. I do prefer Charmin, though, definitely. Yep. Yeah, I do prefer Charmin, but like I said there, I think it is cool for people actually here. Miwa says, where's the fifth option? I love them when they play a huge part in everything going forward with Sons of Anarchy going to Ireland, change the history of Sam Crow forever. It did! It really did. Real talk or walk with a long ass comment. Definitely the episode where they kill O'Neill and Sean Casey gets all medieval on him. Even though I hate in the next episode Sean Casey's tortured off screen and the torture Jimmy and Donnie given was tame compared to what he did to O'Neill, but Casey still got out the location so much hate. Yeah, I don't understand like why he gave it up. Honestly, like, you were led to believe that Sean Casey's this fucking badass and he's jobbed out. He was such a badass, huh? Then he should have tortured one of the guards at a nursery or something. I was hoping Casey would go out like a boss. I liked the episode when they went to the gun run at Dunglow and getting to see some of the Dunglow members, even though the only rank member we saw was the secretary. I don't know if he had a name. It was Scrum! That was his name. Because I always love seeing the other charters and their ranking members. It made the world of SOA feel more fleshed out. Also, the scene when the bomb goes off and that awesome song playing when Jack says JT for the second was like a World War II movie scene. It was, but the episode of Neil's death was the best, and you guys have me stuck in. You gotta believe me, Keith. Yeah, brilliant. Every time I hear that now, I crack up. The Ireland episodes get a lot of hate, and so does season 3 as a whole, but I wholeheartedly disagree with that. It's actually one of my favourite seasons of the show. Everything with the Calavers and the Grim Bastards and those episodes in the first half of Fort Island are some of my favourite, and there's just a lot of nostalgia for me with those episodes. It's just the atmosphere and the feel of those looks. Of those episodes bring me back to like 2013 when I binge watched the first 4 seasons, and watching season 3 particularly was so awesome because I only seen bits and pieces of a show that everyone I knew loved. So I was late as fuck, but I was hooked. By the way, Fog, where are those ranking vids? I'm looking to those. Hopefully you haven't axed those because they're some of your best videos. Thanks so much, Real Talk or Walk. We have ranked the episodes and deaths of season 3. If you're on about Mayans, deaths literally just got uploaded fairly recently. This was 2 days ago, probably before that. So Mayans is pretty much covered now. We do need to do an overall ranking of like the entire series, but that will take some fucking time, right? 50 episodes, like 300 characters, and then how many ever deaths there's been. That's going to take a while. There's a lot of work to get done before then. But yeah, Hurricane Paro says that season was garbage. So there's obviously a contrast of opinion, right? I'll give it a heart because I give every comment a heart, right? I think season 3 is probably like, it's a weird one. I think season 3 is probably the worst season of Sons, but it has some of my favourite things in it. It's got the Belfast arc. It's got the best series finale. I think the premiere's epic as well. I do think though, the first half of the season is probably the weakest period of Sons. But I do agree, it is like cool seeing the Califaris and Grim Bastards, but it does feel like you're going around in circles. Like, how long is it going to take them to get to Belfast? Maybe they could have sped that up, even though I wouldn't really change anything about it. But yeah, it's still a great season, and that's the special thing about Sons. It's all epic. It's not like Mayans where we fucking have to sieve through the shite to find something good. There's barely anything wrong with Sons, and that's what makes it the best, guys. Easy D says, I can't lie. I thought season 3 was kind of bad. It's the weakest of the seasons, but this season finale was fire. It made up for the whole season. You're entitled to that. Anthony said, Bridget Connor says, I guess the term every village has an idiot even applies to our following entertainment community. Anthony loves it. He even comments in the live streams about the premieres about Anthony. So he actually spelled it wrong in the last one. He said Anton instead of Anthony. What a guy. But anyway, guys, we're done. We'll be back very soon. And until next time, peace.